All right, we're live again at Doomsday's Krypt. How are you guys doing? Waiting for the big man, Cody Huskins, to arrive. I know it's a little bit late for him, but too bad. I told him he got to come on tonight. I know he has a few things he wants to talk about. I'm sure he'll be here shortly. Sorry for the late start, but I'm always late. You guys know that by now. What is up? I see 4 people in here. Good to see everybody. We just hit 2,200 in Doomsday's Krypt group. I'm not sure of the last person I looked at his profile. I'm like, oh, maybe we're still at 1999 or 2199 if I can speak. What's going on, Tony? Good to see you. Always great to see Michael Toast's mother of the talented artist Michael Toast's mother here watching. One of Doomsday's Krypt's biggest fans. I got the Krypt Keeper shirt over there. I got my new Terrifier sweatshirt that arrived the other day. Would have been cool to have it when Steve Barton was there. Would have definitely put it on. It's from Terra Threads. Very, very cool sweatshirt. But yeah. So how is everybody doing? Yeah, they are cool shirts. That's the great thing about Michael Toth, who's here now, saying cool shirts with a K. He's got that Doomsday Krypt K going. But yeah, that's the Krypt Keeper shirt. Obviously, he did the 3-eyed demon, which there'll be a big announcement about that. I was talking to Mike about that. Hopefully in the next month or so, or maybe before. I'll keep you updated on it. Or maybe I'll. Should I tell him what we're doing, Mike? What do you think? Oh, never mind. We're not telling you now. You guys don't get to know. Too late. Because here's the big man, Cody Huskins. I couldn't let my walls be as bare as his, so I hung up those shirts. Here he is, Cody Huskins. What's going on?
What's up, dude? Hope you're doing good.
I think you're getting that echo, and of course, I'm not hearing you. I was having problems with this headset before, so I am going to unplug it.
All right. Okay, how about now?
Yeah, I got to get a new. I'm getting an echo. I'm getting an echo from you, I think.
Are you really?
Yeah, but I wasn't. Yeah, but I wasn't hearing you either. Tell you what, let me back out and come back in.
Okay. How about now?
All right. Yeah. No, I still hear me. Dude, I don't know what's going on with this window. But I hear you on my end.
So am I echoing still?
You're doing echo. I can hear you through mine. Like when I talk, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you got a speaker on.
No, I don't know.
Well, are you guys hearing an echo in the chat? Yeah. Well, I just left. I think it's coming from your end. Why don't you back out and come back in, Cody? See what happens.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I unplugged my 2 devices. This is my headset. I got to get another one. Those $5 headsets. I want to invest and get a better one, but I'm at 2 different houses all the time. Peter Anthony, welcome to the stream. DJ Ja, always good to see you, Ja. Got to get you on too. I know you got a film in the works. And welcome to the stream, guys. Figured kind of a random stream. We're going to be doing a Doomsday Demon. This is kind of the announcement since I'm waiting for Cody to get back. I was speaking to a sculptor who's going to be doing a resin bust of the Doomsday's Demon. So the 3-eyed demon is going to be a showpiece at conventions and stuff. Center of the table, looking mean, looking rugged, ready to kill. You know how the demon grows. Well, you don't yet, but we are working on a story for the Doomsday Demon. excited to start working on. Actually, me and Mike we're talking about the story. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a comic story. I don't think there's any way to film it, so it'll be maybe an animated series, maybe if we can find an animator and kind of have it a animated series. But I think we got some cool ideas going for the three-eyed demon, and gonna flesh that out now that we're taking a little break from convention, so we can do some stuff behind the scenes. We're gonna be opening up the Doomsday's Krypt store. We're gonna be offering all sorts of different really cool stuff. We've been talking behind the scenes about some of the items that we'll be putting on. You'll be seeing a lot of the blacklight cutouts. I know Peter Anthony loves his. Also, I just sent out Jason Brooks's uh, blacklight cutout, and also Robert Patrick's going to have one. So 3 people that own Michael Toth blacklight cutouts is Peter Anthony, Jason Brooks, and Robert Patrick. That's not a bad list of 3 names with those cutouts. But yeah, it's gonna. I'm excited about the 3. It's something we wanted planned. It's gonna be a bust, and I absolutely want a life-size animatronic of the three-eyed demon. So always spending that money. Oh, hey, yeah, it's a pretty solid list, but hey, it's an honor having you on that list also from Doomsday's Krypt. And I know how much you love that art piece that Michael Toth banged out. You know, he spent hours on it. The dude banged it out in like 2 hours. Like, dude, how do you do this shit? How do you do it? He just did a pumpkin head. I don't know if you saw that. It's like black light. The thing came out sick. And that's another thing that's going to be incorporated into a project. I'm not going to spoil that one at all. But yeah, that's the pumpkin head cutout you see is something that is going to be it's going to be part of something very, very cool for Pumpkinhead. So you Pumpkinhead fans, keep your eyes open for that. I will update you on that. You'll see in the future, and it's going to be something really sick. You know, we always bring the sick pieces with all these talented people in the community. So we got some of the talented people in the community working on something. Well, one person in the community working on that pumpkin head cutout idea with Mike, and it's going to be incorporated nice in the Doomsday's Krypt, which we're obviously not at. That's why I usually don't do. Oh, here's Cody now. Let's make sure. Oh, I'm going to give him a second. I'll give you a second, Cody. I see what you're doing. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait till you get that set. Did you want to put that on? Yeah, go ahead and put that on. I'll bring you into the stream. I think you can hear me. Cody's doing something. He's working on a few projects. Oh, oh, it must be the swag. We know it's swag when it's the lost Leatherface coming up there. But yeah, Craig Federico had that Kemper Kill mask. I thought that was pretty sweet. Oh, Cody's coming back. We got a special guest that came in, Pumpkinhead. Here we go. That's pretty sweet mask, dude. I think we're in good shape because I don't hear me echoing on his thing, so that worked. I dig it, man. Dig the photos. Yeah, look out for Cody. Muscles Pumpkinhead. Gonna ready to tear some shit up on a screen near you.
We're making a feature called Pumpkin Man, and this is it. This is the mask right here. It started out with like a little cheap spirit mask, and I turned it into that right there.
I like it, man.
So
nice job with the paint, man.
Pumpkinhead is reborn. We're going to make a movie, a feature original about a new slasher, Pumpkinhead. It's not Pumpkinhead, it's Pumpkin. Like us, the old timers here and where I live, they call it pumpkin a pumpkin.
Well, yeah, I've heard when we were kids, we used to you could never get the whole word out. You'd always be pumpkin too. So I kind of figured maybe it was kind of like a children's story kind of deal going into it, a little backstory. But that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people that still call it pumpkin.
So we're making a backstory to Pumpkinhead.
Awesome, man. I'm excited for you, man. I know how hard and
he's a slasher. he's gonna be like Jason and Michael and Art the Clown and them. So I'm excited to be making this movie. So
I'm excited for you. Somebody was saying definitely would love to come on at some point. Um, if you can, if you're not on Doomsday's Krypt or whatever, you can let StreamYard let me see your name, or just type in who you are so I know who would love to come on the show at some point. I always like to leave an open panel and
well, I
invite
want to see
anybody on.
the big fucking swag. Where the hell's the big swag at,
He was
motherfucker?
here. He was in the chat. I don't know if that was him.
Tell him I said go fuck yourself.
The swagster. The big swag.
Motherfucker,
Well,
fuck
we
him.
both bought
No,
we both bought 20
I'm just joking.
20 Powerball tickets, but neither one of us won. Somebody from California won, which I was hoping maybe it was him. He might have won and just doesn't want to say anything.
Yeah, it's probably it, motherfucker.
Yeah, because we had a deal, $50 million if one of us won.
Yeah.
Out of $2
Where's
billion.
big fucking swag? That motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't have bought a ticket if it wasn't for him. I won $4 though on $20. I got that $4 ticket.
Yeah, the big swag in me is in a movie coming out soon, The Grind, and I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Swag Huskins. There you go. Yeah, I'm excited for The Grind. With anything with you or Brett or anybody that I'm really close with, I'm excited to see it. I'll be reviewing another one of my buddy who deals with autism, but amazing talent. He did a movie called The Shackled Demon Project, and he did it when they were in high school. And it's got a Blair Witch Project kind of deal with the video camera. And I was like, oh man, I'll watch it for him. But I hope, kids in high school 13 years ago, I'm actually enjoying it. So after the stream, we're going to finish watching it. It's pretty good for a couple of kids.
Yeah, that's cool.
This Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, movie buff one.
We're trying to get.
What gave you this idea? Now, are you writing it?
Me and Dalton are writing it.
Dalton, that's right.
We're trying to get Felissa Rose in it. Her and Dalton are tight. They're close. They're friends, and they're working out something. And what come out with Pumpkinhead? We was at the doll trail in Atlanta. There's a creepy doll trail. I don't know if you've ever been to Atlanta, John, but Atlanta's city. It's nothing but city. But there's like this little forest in the city, and there's nothing but doll heads in the city, in the forest. I'm sorry. And so a friend of his had this pumpkin mask, and I said, let's put on this mask and let me be like a pumpkin head. And man, people's fucking terrified in the woods. I don't know. Did you see that TikTok I released where people scared of me and shit?
Yeah, I saw it. They ran up to you while you guys were filming.
Yeah. So we're like, why don't we do a movie called Pumpkinhead? We're going to film it in Atlanta, and Dalton was like, I fucking love that. So
you already got you got your supporters as it is. Brett's like, I can be in it. You could whoop his ass on film. That'd be pretty cool.
I'd like for Brett to be in Pumpkinhead. Him and Felissa Rose. Yeah, and maybe we can have him and Felissa Rose in the same. We're just coming up with some really cool creative ideas.
You don't need a mask to scare folks, he's saying.
I don't do it.
Peter was wondering the release date for The Grind. Are you guys still up in the air on that when it gets released?
Well, Clarence he's putting it all together. He's editing it, and I'm looking for about January, honestly. Maybe December, maybe, but I'm just looking for January. But we're trying to get a premiere party for The Grind in Knoxville, Tennessee, where Brett can be there signing autographs, and maybe I can be there dressed up as Leatherface and having like a big premiere. Peter had a huge premiere for Roseblood, and I was there as his Jason. So
I think I saw the picture. Isn't there a picture of you and Jason Brooks? You're dressed up, and I thought
me and Jason Brooks was face to face. Jason Brooks had me by the throat and stuff, which he posted. I think that was like his profile picture. then there's pictures of me and Laura Park Lincoln and Terry Kaiser and Kevin Spiritus in the picture. And funny thing is, I left a comment on Laura Park Lincoln's Instagram, and she was like messaging me and said, "Oh, I remember you? You're so cool." And so I thought that was pretty good.
You know what sucks about being a vendor at events? Like I got to see Peter. Peter came to me. I didn't even get a chance to get to Peter's table. And I got to see Felicity because I've seen her a couple times. She's actually, I got a really cool autograph thing that's going to be going in the Doomsday's Krypt box from her, like a bunch of really amazing prints for that. And I've spoken to her. She'd be great to have come in. She's one of the nicest people. I've heard that, but you know, when you meet her, it's like, how nice can somebody be? She's super nice. I mean, that woman is full of energy still, and
Oh yeah,
a lot of fun
I,
to
I
talk to.
I did a little short Jason film with her. Did you see that? Did you see the video up a clip up I
I think,
posted?
yeah, you choked her out, didn't you?
Um,
Yeah, I
no,
saw her I think I saw the clip.
I'm Jason in part 7, and I sliced Don. It's Donna.
Yeah,
I sliced Donna's throat. Then they go into a bar, and Donna and Felissa Rose are talking. Said he slit my throat, and then she was like, "No, I got away." Then Felissa Rose was like, "Well, that's fucked up," you know. So
yeah, she's great. I love Felissa, and it stinks because what I was saying, I didn't get a chance to talk to Lara Park Lincoln, and I wanted to talk to her. It's so hard being a vendor to try to catch up to people. I had the John Kassir tapes and stuff that we did the Krypt Keeper with the K, and had the three-eyed demon and the Krypt Keeper, and then had the back of it where the Krypt Keeper was in charge on the front. Really awesome art, and then on the back, and I missed them just because I had to get back and forth to my table, and I wanted to meet Lar Park Lincoln. I didn't get a chance to, which was disappointing because she's actually on the cutout that Mike did for Peter Anthony, and so is Terry Kaiser, and I just couldn't find the time to do it. And I tried to, because Nick Benson and Mick Strawn are like friends of mine, and we spent some great time at Phantasm together, so I wanted to make sure. I kept wanting to go over and talk to them because they're my buddies, and I don't know the next time I'll be able to see them again, and this and that. And I know, doing these events and stuff, you always run into more people, but
yeah,
yeah, I was disappointed I didn't get a chance to run into Lar Park Lincoln because she's definitely awesome.
yeah, she's so cool. And when I went up to Connecticut for Peter Anthony's Roseblood premiere, she was just so cool. She hung out with me at the bar. Me and her just sit there for like 10, 15 minutes shooting the shit about, how the making of Friday 13th Part 7 and stuff like that. So she's really cool.
Oh, I'd love to talk to her, especially being in Roseblood too, Peter Anthony's film. I'd love to. Maybe someday we can make it happen, Peter. You and Lar Park Lincoln, come on. I doubt that, but I'd love
I'm
to have them both on and talk about, you know, her reprising her role and the film that Peter did. I still want Peter to come on. I've talked to him about it, and now that I'm back and getting settled, I'm definitely gonna have to schedule up there, Peter. But Ja, you're welcome to come on too. I know you got that film in the works. I'm going to be setting up a lot of these live streams. That's why I'm doing a test really with Cody, because Cody's family now. Cody's a regular, but he's got some great news. I figured we'd test it out here and see because I was getting such bad connection here before, but the wire was messed up and I haven't streamed since. But it seems like it's decent right now. I don't see any lag or anything. But let's go through this. Yeah, Ja, you're welcome to come on. Message me, and we'll schedule something out. I'm working on the schedule now. And
what's
yeah, DJ seems. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. I'd love to talk to him.
Brett Wagner? Hey Brett, I'm drinking just a Michelob Ultra. It's all I'm drinking.
He's drinking light beer. He's a moment on
And
the lips, lifetime on the hips. He's trying to keep his shape going.
I gave Brett hung out with us at the North Carolina, and I gave him a Michelob.
Oh, yeah, I know he's not a big drinker, but I'll have a beer or a drink once in a while.
Yeah, Brett will. Yeah, Brett's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I didn't. When Brett came and visited me, I was working, And even when I went to see him at the Gustero bike show I was working, which Brett knows, he was incredibly gracious. It was great hanging out with Brett. But it wasn't like we got to hang out and socialize, like just go out for a beer type deal. But it still was, you know, he got to hang out basically with me and my family. So that was really cool.
Yeah,
John
that's all.
Cassier gave Brett some diabetes tips in Canada. Real nice guy. That's funny.
God, that's
Oh, you'll
funny.
ask. Oh, yeah, if she's willing to. I mean, I'd love to have Peter. I'd love you to come on with any of your cast members and talk some Rose Blood. And yeah, you'd be more than welcome to guest. Everybody's always welcome, but Peter's a great guy. I feel bad. He posted the one picture with the thing, and I'm just like, I was so tired from setting up. I think I had these heavy bags on my eyes. I'm like, I
Hey,
can't even
John.
make the
Hey,
face that I
hey.
was in there. I mean, I take the worst pics at conventions on Fridays and Sundays because I'm setting up and taking down, and usually I haven't slept in about 3 days, which was the case.
Hey, John. Peter likes the 300-pound plus women.
That's what I keep hearing. He likes the big girls,
He likes
biggins.
them about 300 pounds plus with thighs that's like measured like 36
Big
inches.
girls need love too. Big girls need that love too. So,
Yeah, not from me, from Peter. They need love from him. And Brett.
Brett likes the
Let's
big girls too.
aggravate him. Let's aggravate
Brett is
Brett.
a happily married man. I know that. So Brett likes
He,
his woman, even if
that's,
whether she was
hey,
super thin or super heavy,
that's it. Yeah,
bedridden. Brett would come
yeah.
home and bring her some pizzas and everything. Fill her face up if she wanted. Yes, I know. Happily.
So
But
no, it's
100
Peter.
pounds is right up his alley.
Peter likes the big um um the hippos. There we go. Sorry, Peter.
Michael Thomas left a comment. Yeah. For some reason, we got into talking about Danny DeVito last night. Me and him. We were talking about twins and stuff, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get Danny DeVito to come on the show. So, yeah, that's of course he brings it up. Danny DeVito, twins. Like you can do your Arnold voice.
Hey, do your Arnold voice, John.
I pulled it out with Robert Patrick though. I did because he's like joking around with that Arnold bust I had, and he's like, he goes, us looks nothing like him. You know, just joking. Like he's got my kind of sense of humor too. Like you won't know if you didn't know, you wouldn't know he's joking. Like I picked up right on it because I'm like I walked by him the first time. I'm like, hey, the swag said to say hey. He's like, fuck that guy. And then he turned around. He's like, I'm just kidding. I love Brett. Brett's the man.
Yeah.
I got some stuff to show you. I'll come over and talk to him. He put Brett on the phone. He sent Brett, I believe, a recording on. And then I lost his address. So I sent it to Brett the cutout yesterday. And that should arrive Saturday. And he's going to drop it off to Robert Patrick. But Patrick's like, this doesn't look anything like him. Like, Patrick, stop it. You know, I had to pull it out a little bit. You know, he kind of put that smirk on. And yeah, I like Robert Patrick. I sat there and talked to him for quite a bit. And that was cool because Terminator 2 is one of my all-time favorite films. Terminator 1
Oh,
and
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a horror fanatic, but I probably watched Terminator 2, especially being a Guns N' Roses fan. And you mix both of them in that film. Like, yeah, I probably watched that film in the MTV video 500 times. It's got to be on my top watch list of movies and stuff I've listened to, especially the song too.
Oh, yeah.
But
You could be
yeah, a lot of
mine.
great Friday 13th films out there. And Peter's actually involved with Roseblood and also a Vengeance 1 and 2. And those are both great. Jason Brooks was Jason in both of them, and it's cool that they teamed up on it. And I'd love to sit down with Peter and Jason Brooks because them both being filmmakers, I'd love to hear how they feed off each other and stuff. That would be really cool. That would be
Oh,
really
yeah.
really cool. And that was what was cool at that event too. Peter being there, and I wish I got to visit like Lar Park Lincoln, but CJ Graham and Tom Matthews came to the table, and as a Vengeance fan, and also, it's funny if you look at the picture of CJ Graham putting his hand over the Michael Myers mask because he had to bust balls on that. His head is the cutout. His head is right by Elias Voorhees. So
Yeah,
it's pretty ironic. It wasn't planned that way. It just happened to be that the cutout was hanging right behind him where his head is. So it's a little kind of Easter egg unintentionally that
yeah,
CJ with Elias. But yeah, CJ's funny as hell. He's a ball buster too. And Tom Matthews
yeah.
is super cool.
CJ met my dad. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, yeah. I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah, CJ is giving my dad a hard time, and he said he wanted my dad's sandwich. Dad was eating a sandwich. Dad held up his plate like, "Come get it."
CJ's cool, but he's a no holds. He's funny, man. He don't hold back. He'll just tell you a story right then and there, and he's just
He
always
will.
entertaining. And Tom Matthews, I've run into him 3 out of the 4 last conventions. You can't help it, what the fuck are you doing here, kind of deal. What are you following me? But yeah, he's super cool. My son's here, Devo. Good to see you, Devo. I hope my granddaughter's doing well. And Jackson, he's doing what I did, taking care of his girl's kid and taking him under the wing as his son, also biologically. And he's got his daughter Ellie, who I love to death, cute as hell. I can't wait to get to Canada's here. And
Man.
Pumpkinhead's happy. He's got a big old smile. The upcoming Pumpkinhead movie, is that the title? Pumpkinhead? Pumpkinhead?
Or Pumpkin Man. I'm sorry.
That's
I
sweet.
mean, I remodified that. That's going to be in the film.
That's awesome. Great mask. Good job, man. You do a nice job. And I mean, you do all the work on your outfits and stuff, don't you? For the most part, or
Yeah.
a lot of it. I know you
Yeah, I
do
do.
your hops.
Yeah, I do everything.
What you know about Max Headroom? Talking 80s again. Max. That was such a short-lived thing, but it's so iconic still. The Pepsi commercials with Max Headroom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
You guys have
Okay.
fun tonight. Look at Brett. Where you
You're
at
partying
tonight,
it up.
Brett? You need to
Nothing
come on.
else I do. I got my shirts hanging up, really decorated out here. At this house, had to really go fancy.
Tell Brett to get his ass on this show, by God.
Brett's been on a few times, but I'll get him on with the 3 of us. I'm sure Brett would come on. I'm not sure about tonight, but I'm sure.
I can aggravate him. I like aggravating Brett. I do.
How come I don't see Kyle Rappaport? Is Kyle here? I don't see Kyle. What is going on, Kyle? I was actually just talking about the Shackled Demon Project. If Kyle's here, real good friend. Michael Toth did a really cool art piece for his shirt. Did a little promo for it, and he had a movie that came out 13 years ago, some high school kids, and I'm actually really digging it. I can't wait to finish watching it. Like I said, it's got a Blair Witch Project kind of vibe to it, and I'll be reviewing it, and then I'm going to have Kyle and his buddy come on, and we're going to talk about the film.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's Kyle's a talented man, that's for sure. Proud of him. But oh, okay, Peter, take care. Yeah, it's not going to be a super long stream, but I want to let Cody. I know he wanted to talk about Pumpkinhead, and he wanted to get on here. And you had what is it called? Halloween Night? Was that the name of the movie? I get so confused with them. But the short you had?
Oh, Halloween the night.
The night, yeah.
We're almost at 1,000 views, and we've had a lot of good feedback from that. I mean, a lot of people that they've watched it and they said that's really suspenseful how he done that, and it's not bad. It's not a bad little film.
Oh, it's good for something that was basically filmed on the spot. I'm guessing, like what you guys did it in a day
on the spot.
It
was filmed in like all combined like 5 hours.
Yeah, so that's impressive right there.
Yeah, it was just put together and just and went from there, and we've had a lot of good people's messaged me, been like, "Hey, you're awesome playing Michael." I'm like, "Thanks." So
It was a fun surprise for Halloween. So it was cool. It was kind of uh my warm up to get to watch Terrifier 2 after. So it was kind of a double feature for me.
yeah,
So that was pretty cool. I love that movie. That was not a bad double feature to have. I was real proud of you and how you did in that movie. And I loved. See, I'm a Halloween 6 fan. I'm now the story is a mess, but Michael's so brutal. We've talked about that. I think we talked about the movie a little bit online or on a stream, and I absolutely love the callback to the Halloween 6 music. What was the name of the band?
um, um, and full shine on, Brother Kane.
Brother Kane, yeah. Yeah, that was a great soundtrack. I mean, it actually fit that movie so well. Yeah, and it was cool to hear those songs and the tone and the sound and what you guys did, and the acting was pretty on cue for probably not having a lot of time to prepare. And had an
Nobody,
initial jump
no,
scare,
it
I'll
was
say,
all
which was done well.
it was all improv. There was no script, so
Yeah. Well, it worked well. It did. I mean, it had the suspense, kind of what's going on, what's up. This is how he gets his mask. Although I think that wasn't there. It looks like somebody touched that bad boy up. You're not gonna find
I,
that at Spirit Halloween.
that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't find a mask like that at Spirit.
I wish they had the H5 tots there. I think it's a pretty good. It's actually not a bad mask, even with the stock paint. It's one of the better Myers ones. To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I had a sweet ass H6 and I sold it at Phantasm a year or so ago, and I
Oh,
already
did
miss it. Yeah, I missed that one, but I got a buddy who's gonna be making me one. Daniel Cruz is gonna make me another H6. So I just got to get around to it. It's like I got so many other things, and now, like I said, we're gonna have the bus that I was telling you about being made. So that's an investment I want to do, and I got a bunch of different stuff behind the scenes. So as much as I want an H6 for Mask, there's so many other things I got to pay and line up and build Doomsday's Krypt. So I'm excited for 2023, man. I know
I
we've
am.
talked a little bit about things.
I was wanting to mention too. I'm working on a short film right now, like writing it. It's a Silent Night, Deadly Night short film.
Oh, nice.
Do you like the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night?
I do. It's a fun movie. Um, I've watched all of them. It's not my favorite horror series, let me put it that way, but it does have a strong cult following, and there's some pretty decent kills in it and some pretty funny lines also too. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it'll be cool to do one. I don't think the
I'm working
sequels
on.
were consistent. I think there could be a
I'm,
decent sequel. The second one just felt like I was watching the first one again for the most
yeah.
part, and somebody narrating.
Well,
So,
the second one is about an hour of just flashbacks.
yeah, yeah, that was probably a very low budget film to make, and really the rest of the movie takes place in one room.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm
But
working
yeah,
on
man. So,
it.
so
It's,
when do you start filming the short film you're talking about?
I think we're going to try to start around 1st of December. I'd like to have a Christmas Day release.
Oh, so you're pushing it there.
Yeah, we're calling it Oh Deadly Night. Like Oh
I
Holy
dig it.
Night, Oh Deadly Night.
I can dig that, man.
So it's just kind of like the character of Billy, which is, the character in Silent Night. It's like kind of like he's grown up and he's not dead though.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be playing Billy, so
Okay.
older version.
Well, I didn't think it'd be a younger version.
So
Billy had a
I'm
beard
writing
as
it
a
right now.
child.
I'm writing right now, and we'll see where it goes from there. I'm hoping to have a Christmas release.
Nice, nice, man. I'm looking forward to, I always enjoy anything you're doing, and I always want to support my buddy, Cody. So always interested to see what you're up to, because I know how busy you're trying to be and how hard you're trying to be full time doing this. And really, you got that one film coming up with no mask on, and you're actually showing off some of the acting chops, which I think is
Yeah,
great.
that's a short film. Actually, Dalton filmed it, and it's called Into the Pit. The guy writing it and directing it, he's trying to pitch it to like film festivals.
Okay.
So, I arrived there on set. I was just going to just help on the set, like, behind the camera, like, help, and I showed them my acting, and they just like, damn, you're good. And they threw me an acting part in it. They actually wrote that scene just for me.
Yeah,
So I thought that was pretty cool,
that's very cool, man. I mean, it shows you got some skills, dude. If you don't go big or go home, if you're gonna go all out, just at least have no regrets, and always, like Brett says, I mean, if you don't go on a audition or whatever, whether you get it or not, as long as you're persistent, you keep going, pretty sooner or later, good things are gonna happen for you.
Oh yeah. And he's right about that,
Yeah.
So, and Brett's got on me about not getting my reels out there and all that. And, to make it in this industry, you have to put yourself out there and your work and how talented you are.
If it
And
was easy, everybody would be doing it.
exactly.
Uh,
I don't know if you've seen that post I posted about my acting. Um, what's
oh,
helped me the most?
what's that?
What's helped me the most is Dad set me down a few years ago. He was like, "Are you serious about being an actor?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Come in here and watch this." And his favorite show's Gunsmoke with James Arness.
I've,
The
I've watched it many times. Great show.
and Dad said, "Sit down, and I want you to watch how James Arness delivers his lines." And I sat there and I watched it, and I was like, "Yeah," and that was it. I was everything changed after that.
Do you think your dad showed it to you because he saw a lot of him and you, like
I
the
think
style
so.
of acting that you think you'd really fit his style and be able to incorporate it into what you do, or influence the way you, because
Yeah,
every actor's got to kind of be, have their own thing, but they have to be influenced by something. And he probably saw that, a lot of that potential in you, and your strong suits. I mean, he's your dad. I'm sure he knows, well, obviously he knows you better than anybody else. So, that's really cool. He did that. And I know you got that, your father's movie, you want to transfer from Betamax to what was it? Was it Betamax to YouTube?
yep. And Dad and his late best friend, he died about 8 years ago. His name was Bob Harris. He was one of the best actors I have ever seen in my life, ever. And he lived in the area that I lived in. And he's in the movie with my dad. And I'm wanting to bring that to YouTube where everybody can see it. It's a horror film, man. There's blood and gore in it. So I'm going to release it under Huskins Horror Studios, and I want everybody to see how good Bob Harris was as an actor and my dad back then. So everybody will see that, and they'll be like, "Holy shit, these guys was good actors." And I'm trying to get my dad in my recent films I'm working on, But
Well, your dad's
so
acted with some legends.
oh yeah, yeah. Which Bob Harris, Dad's friend, acted with some legends. He was in a movie with Mel Gibson, Sissy Spacek, um, and he was in the TV show In the Heat of the Night with Carl Weathers, and forgot
Carl
RG.
O'Connor,
Yep,
Archie Bunker.
yep. So Bob Harris worked with some legends too. So I'm wanting to show the world that, he had these two guys, well, Bob Harris and my dad, in this, where we live, and they was all about acting. They was fantastic. So when I release his film, the Ghost Warriors, the name of his movie, I want people to see this was made in 1985, like how the movie's really ahead of its time, how they did the special effects and stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know you're real proud of it and you're excited about, you know, trying to get it to be seen because I mean, it's your dad, of course, and yeah, I mean, it's just something that's kind of lost on Betamax
Yeah,
that I'm sure a
and
lot of people would be interested in seeing.
I think so too. And I'm going to release it under Huskins Horror Studios, almost kind of like a lost film. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Well, I hope when you do, I can get you and your dad on. That would be pretty cool to have the father and son on.
okay, you know
I'd love
what?
to meet your dad.
If I do it with him, I think he'll do one of your shows. If he's doing it solo, he won't do it.
Well, of
Dad,
course, I'd
Dad's
want
real.
you on. You'd have to co-host with me to interview your dad. Who's better to ask him questions than you, right?
Yeah, and we can do that. We can arrange that. He's real shy, man. He's very shy, but if I get on the show with him, he'll do it. And me and you, and we'll have a release party for the Ghost Warrior. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it. I'd love to see it, man. You know, I think that'd be really cool.
Hey,
Anything
absolutely.
like I love the classic horror. You know, he's like you said, it's kind of a mixture of a western and horror, right?
Yeah,
So
and it's
yeah, man.
filmed in the snow too. It's all like in the snow, like
So they were fighting the element too, huh?
yeah.
I mean, there's questions I'd love to ask him, like what was the conditions like filming in the snow and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'd have some serious questions for him. Phil's Creepy Vids, what's going on? Phil's Creepy Vids, one of the great channels out there. Also has an amazing collection of horror memorabilia and collectibles, and yeah, Phil's got one of those legendary collections. Um,
That's all.
Yeah, it's our buddy Phil here. Always good to see Phil. I've talked to Phil. Phil and me have talking about getting him on the show. Phil, I'm going to reach out to you soon, and we'll schedule you to come on because I'd love to bring Phil on. He can show all you guys, if you haven't checked out his channel yet, some of the amazing items he's got. I mean, he's got some, like I said, some epic stuff in his collection. So I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous of his collection, but honestly, it's very cool, and he puts on a great show, and he's always shuffling cards. He likes to play cards, I think. I see him shuffling them. I don't know how good of a card player he is, but he shuffles them great.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to stay on too long because I got to get up early as usual. Um, get people ready for work in the morning. And
I understand that, man. My phone's about to die here in just a minute.
all right, well, as always, Cody, thanks for coming on the stream. I'm going to give you the last words. Peace out, guys. Supine, good to see you. Been a long time. Um, the greatest host. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm the greatest host, but I'm glad you enjoy it and I have a lot of fun with you guys. Got a great co-host tonight, too, who also a guest. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a word for Cody because he's slash host slash guest co-host half the time now. So Cody, tell people what's coming up and what's going on, and we'll leave it at that.
All right. Well, check out the night, the Halloween short that we shot. It's on YouTube right now. Um, then we have the grind coming. Check for it. It should be out next month or two. Um, check out for my dad's short film. He did back in 1985. We're working on trying to get converted into YouTube, called Ghost Warrior. People won't be disappointed in it. It's blood, gory, all that, all the good stuff. And now we're writing a feature called Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead. Check for it. It'll be a classic. It'll be another horror icon. I promise everybody.
Looking forward to it, brother. Supine just popped in. I hadn't seen her for a while. A good friend of mine. She has a great channel. They do a lot of karaoke, and she has a lot of fun. And I've definitely check her out too. Stinks that your phone got destroyed, died finally after 8 years. 8 years is a good run with the phone. I'm glad to see you're back, and I miss you too, Supine. I'd love to have you come on the show sometime. That way people don't have to look at my mug. They can look at you, which is a lot better than my face. But she's always entertaining and full of energy. You always have a welcome invitation, Supine. And we're going to be shutting this stream down. Thanks again, Cody. Look for all his upcoming projects. The night he's got them all come Pumpkinhead. He's just the grind. This is a busy man right here, and I'm sure I'll have you on soon, and we'll be talking soon. So
sounds good.
Peace out, brother. Thanks,
See
Jack.
you later, man. Have a good one. See everybody.